Was there a close-up? Was there a close-up? Hello. Oh, I didn't even mean for it to be facing me. So, um, was there a close-up to my face? Hello, hello, everybody. So this is, I think, our third Thursday, Thursday chat and learn. I'm not sure what to call it, but I am going to have a theme for each Thursday, and I'm going to have, I'm going to go ahead and start off talking a little bit, and then we can chat, and you can give me your thoughts on what we're talking about, and but just in the interest of anybody that's watching this on the replay, and I will get my camera situated better because I just got out of the shower, but yeah, I need to work with how I'm going to do this with the camera. So um, it was a close up of Excel. Yes. Okay, so it was the correct image that you were seeing in the beginning. Yes, that is exactly what you were supposed to be seeing. So I'm glad about that. Um, so because our theme for today is for the sacred feminine. So I was going to show you Persephone today, but Persephone really wants to show up with pomp and circumstance, and she has made it clear that she wants to make her big reveal to be on September. Well, what I got was she wanted it to be in Mabon, and so I went on Google and I was like, when is Mabon? Well, it's a week after, today. So it makes perfect sense for her story and everything, and her whole creation has been like that. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and share with you. I'm going to read a paragraph. It's not too long, but I mentioned to you that I've been invited to speak on a podcast. And when I met with the person, I told her um, how how my oracle deck came about, because she wants me to share about my paintings, she said. And so I was telling her that the paintings really came about to be, sorry about this, Snoopy just walked into the phone. The paintings came about for an oracle deck, really channeled forth as a tool to help us with our walk with the sacred feminine. But still, she sent me different questions, and a question is, what does the sacred feminine mean to you? And I swear I've lost sleep because I'm like, it's something intangible. I was talking to a friend, and I was like near tears because I was like, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say, because it's like talking about love. What does love mean to you? So, um, so I just thought it would be interesting to share, and I would love to know what you think, or not what you think, but what the sacred feminine means to you. So I wrote, it's so difficult to describe. This is just, I'm just like brainstorming here, and it's going to be an interview. I do want it to flow and not to be like something that I'm reading. I hate preparing for interviews. I never prepare for interviews because usually they're about my art, so I don't prepare. But anyhow, I did write this, so just, here it goes. So it's not something that is tangible. It's like any other magical energy, like love. It's difficult to put it into words because it's all about energy. It is indefinable. Is that a word? It is a beautiful archetype we all hold within us. The divine feminine is within us all and flows freely when you're focused on love, truth, and your own personal evolution of the soul. Oftentimes, we come to her during difficult times when we feel completely cut off, when we don't know where to go, where everything's fallen away, like when the ground feels like it's been removed from under our feet. And it's during these times that we feel defeated, when all is lost or taken away. And that's when she comes swiftly with her unconditional mother love, right? Just like we go to our mother, and like when you are at school, maybe I can think of my son, at one time, well, it happened more than once, but you show up and they're not feeling really good, but they see you, they see mom, and they're like, ah, that's when all that comes, because that's the unconditional love, those arms that you need. And so that's when we're feeling completely cut off and we don't have anywhere else to go. And that's what we need the most, right? That this love, this energy that is powerful enough to be tender, while at the same time brings warrior survivor strength. She's pregnant with life while at the very edge of death, wet and dark, the beginning and the end, flowing tender and strong. She's the anchor. She's the pullback to center, right? She pulls us back to center because she's like, Mother Earth. We ground within her, also within ourselves as well. And she is the summer rain, the cool moss under your feet, the water flowing, the bid for you to slow down, to breathe and connect with your emotions, to work with your shadows, to feel into what is happening all around you, to take notice of what your triggers are, which point to what needs to be healed. She is also a warrior with strong grounded boundaries without chaos. So, I had an experience earlier this week when there was so much chaotic energy. Everybody was so ungrounded, and I felt like, and everybody was trying to show off their power. It was mostly women, by the way, but it just, it was just, I was trying to think of what sacred feminine meant, and I was like, I could think of opposites, I was like, this is not what it means. It means steady, it means grounded, it means power and force, but in a very in a way that brings healing and vitality to all involved, rather than chaos, right? So feel the energy of the moon, tap into your intuition each day, and you will create the desire to nurture and to create harmony and collaboration. She is soft and open energy. There's healing in it, and it moves generously and sensually. And then I just, I don't know, this is like a stream of consciousness. The sacred feminine is earth and moon. She is tears and laughter. She is creatrix, and she is the dark from which all is born, the first and the last, the birth and rebirth, a spiral, an everlasting continuum. So there's that. Hello, Melody. Hello. Hey, Lulu. Thank you for your message on my TikTok, Lulu. Perhaps she wants that other queer. I need my glasses. Here they are. I have my funky glasses because, again, I didn't think I'd have my face on this live. So I just have my... These are like from high school. The queen in the underworld first. Oh, yes, you're talking about Persephone. I'm like so behind on the messages. Sorry. Hello, Elena. Oh, shoot, Melody. Don't worry, Lulu. It's tomorrow. What's tomorrow? What is tomorrow? Something's wrong with my phone. It's all poofy. What's tomorrow, Melody? She already chose you. Whatever you say, there'll always be more. Always be right. Oh, thank you. Wait, what happened with Melody? Is it your birthday tomorrow? Kali can create calm through chaos. Always expanding in experience. Yes, I still feel like Kali's chaos is, they're just, I don't know. She's able to contain it. We're not. Oh, it's Melody's birthday. Happy birthday. Is tomorrow, Melody? Happy birthday. I would sing to you, but you don't want me to. The big 49. Yay. Happy early birthday. Snoopy, it is Elena's birthday. What do you want? Oh, he is pawing at me. But Sergio had back to school night tonight, so he is nowhere around to take them out. So, yes, feliz cumpleaños a ti. Happy birthday to you. That reminds me, when I was in Chile this last time, it was one of my cousin's birthdays, and so they had just like a small little family party, and I was so honored to be invited, because they were inviting immediate family, and I feel like they're my immediate family. I love them, like my mom and dad, and I love my cousins. Anyhow, they were singing happy birthday, and I never sing, but for some reason, because it was a small little group, and I feel, like really comfortable, I started singing happy birthday, and I was singing it in English, and they all started singing it. They sang happy birthday in English, and then they all stopped, and they were like, why are we singing in English? They all looked at me. They were so disgusted, but I didn't mean to just lead them. I just naturally, so then we had to sing it in Spanish again. It was very funny. Very funny. So, tell me, ladies, what do you think? What would you say is, what helps you define the sacred feminine in your life, or what do you do in your, like, how would you answer that question? And do you have any thoughts about what I read? Also, anything that you think is good, or something that you think that you would leave out? I don't know. This interview, by the way, it's in a couple of more weeks, and also I wanted to. Well, I'll talk next week. We're gonna talk about Persephone and Mabon. And I do want to share with you, something that we could create for Mabon. And I thought something that would be fun, that I've never done before, is to create something in a jar. So we've done for Mabon the corn doll last year, and then the year before I did a potpourri. So I thought we could do like a little altar in a jar, which I've seen. Do you think you'll have enough time? Yes, I have half an hour or an hour. I forget whether it's half an hour or an hour response. It's a podcast where they actually have other questions, but that's the main one. And it took me like 20 minutes to read it, I think, or less, maybe. I don't know. How long did it take? So, if anything, I would love for it to be like really long. So, let me know. Excuse me. So another thing that I wanted to share, I don't know why I'm coughing into my pillow when there's nobody around. I wanted to share that you all know that I'm on TikTok, and there was an instance, I made a TikTok about this where somebody was talking about La Santísima and Santa Muerte, and they were saying that she was a saint, but they didn't have any knowledge of the fact that prior to her becoming a folk saint, in fact, she was a goddess. And they were very upset with me because I gave them that information. And it just kind of underlined for me the importance on sharing, what the knowledge that we have, the knowledge that we enjoy learning more about. And so, yeah, I'd like, it just actually affirmed these Thursday night meetings where I can share some knowledge with you. So I'd love to know your thoughts and what other things you would like to learn about. 8 minutes only. I'll have to look at the other questions that they're asking me, and hopefully I can fill in with things about my art. When she is originally an Aztec goddess. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, Mary was many different goddesses, because it here in the Americas, I really have not, I don't really know, how it evolved in Europe and elsewhere, but I know that in the Americas, we have so many different Marys because they had to convince people in those regions about their goddesses being their Marys, right? So, for example, in Mexico, they had there are many goddesses, but we're talking about Mary, right? So let's talk about Lady of Guadalupe. So she's a Aztec goddess who, they don't want to let her go because that's their goddess. That's their mother, that's their deity. And so what's the conquistadores, what do they have to do? Because they had to convert them. That's what the queen had said. That's what they agreed to. So they dress them up a little bit, and then the people, they convince them, and that they're still worshiping the same one. And so we have all these different goddesses. I mean, Virgin Marys. In Chile, we have the Virgen del Carmen. She's beautiful. I want one. I saw a beautiful statue of her with, she wears a brown velvet outfit. Just so elegant, beautiful. Osset, Isis. Yes, I mean, so many of them. But the Catholic Church, what we're talking about, Danielle, it's about how the conquistadores, how when the Americas were colonized, how they changed goddesses into Marys and into saints also. But and out of this, see, there was with the Santa Muerte, I cannot pronounce her name. Said he's not here, but he could pronounce her name. But she was the Lady of Death. She was, and she had her god counterpart as well. And she was called a Lady in White, because she was bones. She was called La Flaquita because she was thin. La Flaquita means the thin one, but it's in diminutive, because La Flaca would be the thin one, but La Flaquita is said with a tenderness. And so even though she's a goddess of death, and and powerful, and maybe dark and scary at the same time, there's a mother love and tenderness to her. And there's also fear. And so what happens with a lot of goddesses, a lot of dark goddesses, they get called very sweet, powerful, tender names. So like the all, the mostest of the mostest queens, queen of the mostest high, because in order to have them be look upon you favorably, right? So la flaquita being very tender, and but she was never accepted into the Catholic Church as an official saint. So therefore, she became what's called a folk saint. So she continued to be venerated by the people, and in time she becomes more and more popular until it's here in the US and in northern Mexico where I think, and I'm not really sure about this, but I think it was in the 60s that this cult of Santissima really kind of explodes. And, but it goes back. It never stopped. She never stopped being venerated. She always had her devotees, but it explodes into something that is also very connected to drug cartels. And it has like its underside that kind of gave the devotees sort of like a bad name, and ignores all these other devotees who are, who venerate, or just like someone might venerate Nyx or Hecate or any other of these, powerful dark goddesses. But for some reason, there's some people who don't want to think of her as a deity. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why the it was anger. They were very angry that I said that she was because I don't know. I think the fact that she was a deity is a hell of a lot more powerful than her being a folk saint. But and if anybody knows more about the whole folk saint thing, please contact me, because I want to learn more. Always want to learn. So all over the world, the goddesses and gods were prayed to until Catholic religion was formed. Yes, Catholic religion all over. I just don't know. Like the Mary, the European Marys, like I don't know, I'm not that knowledgeable like about their names in different places. I was more knowledgeable about the saints, the Catholic saints in Europe, but not anymore. The monks had to win the people over. Yes, because it's that's what the TikTok that I made, because it goes. It's not just about colonization. It's about patriarchy. Because from the very beginning, now think about this, and I haven't finished reading the comments, but I don't want to forget this. So think about this. Like in the beginning of time, right? People start, like, we all wonder, we all have this time when we're kids and we're like, where do we come from, right? I remember thinking, okay, it's a planet, here's the world. I learned about the planets and the moon, and I was like, what's beyond that? And I would be like, I was a little kid, and I would ask my mom, and she had no answers, like, what's beyond the universe, da da da. So we ask all these questions, like, who created us? How did we get here? And and you think about these people that we didn't know anything, but you would see women all of a sudden get big bellies, and poof, out comes a whole human being, and milk comes out of her breasts. It's freaking magical, So of course, it only makes sense that the first deities would be female. Now I grew up with, my dad was a big collector of art, and in particular antiquities and pre-Columbian art, and he had a whole collection, and I guess that's why I make these little goddesses, y'all. because he had a whole collection of pre-Columbian art. That collection is now in Chile, and um, but this pre-Columbian art, it shows like all these bellies and women with their legs spread open giving birth and everything. So it just makes sense that it started with women being goddesses. And what happens as we continue to see it happen is there's always these fights for power, for control, and yeah, it's a patriarchy. I mean, I shared in the TikTok, that I've experienced it when my mom and my stepdad became evangelical Christians, and my mother Mary was taken away from me, and all the saints, and I'd grown up really interested in the lives of the saints and Mother Mary, and all of a sudden they were idols, and the only thing that counted was the male pastor in my church, and Jesus and God, all male. Even the angels, all male. Some intuitive people need to get less attached to being right. Energy's malleable. Yes, no need to attack each other. That's religious dogmas. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Exactly, Danielle. That's what I told Sergio. I told him the same thing, all these spiritual people that are, and we're trying to get away from all this. It's hot up here in the attic. And all of a sudden, these, it becomes religious. It becomes religious, you know? Exactly. Religious dogma. And if something doesn't resonate, there's no reason to feel attacked or to attack, because there's enough for everybody, and we all have different paths. No fighting, you guys. Don't fighting while I'm doing a live. They're gonna fight over a ball. And hiding truth is a problem if people are really connected, even under another name. She'll teach them. Yes, I agree 100%. Yes, they love Santa Muerte. That's true. I know. And there's yeah, I could talk about that some other day, because that's a whole hour. A great card of Santa Muerte in the Dark Goddess Tarot. Art isn't my favorite, but a great energy and info. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'd be interested to know why you feel it's a great card. Like, what makes that one a great card? You go to curanderos for blessings in their missions. Yes. That is exactly right, Elena. I will add some screenshots. Full body women statues. Oh, I missed that. I don't know what that comment's for, that Lulu said full body. Oh, to put the cards in group. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, don't fight, you guys. Don't fight. And my go looks is Melody. Yes. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, the universe is so vast. Energy is energy, and I had a thought. I had such a big amplified thought about this, and I cannot articulate it right now. But I was it's sort of along the lines that what Danielle wrote there, and quantum physics and energy, and the fact that you know, it all reaches us differently, and you know, and we might even be on the same path, but it's we go at different paces, you know, and I also believe that the things that we come across are, you know, we can use them to further inform us and help us on our path, or you know, if we're so close minded to something like that, like what I was thinking, like this person said to me, you know, I had several people that were upset, and one person said, when I said that she was a deity, not just a saint, she said, "How dare you tell me about my mother?" And I thought, well, I would want to know everything about her, you know? Um, and if the person that's telling me that's wrong, that being me, you know, I would want to educate me. But that animosity, that anger that comes through, it does nothing but, you know, stagnate your growth on your path, you know, I guess. It was bigger than that, my thought, but I can't articulate it. The goddess statues discovered of women from centuries ago. Oh, yeah. Well, my dad had lots of tiny ones, full body statues, and you know, just like the kind, you see a lot of them. They found a lot in Peru, in Bolivia in particular. Uh, I don't know why in those places in particular where they found so many of them, but and they're usually pregnant or giving birth, and they're quite gorgeous. So God has 10,000 names for a reason. I found that we really cannot wake anyone up. Yes. Yes, we all are having our own unique experiences. That is exactly, and they're all beautiful. You know, they're all beautiful, and what I see, who was it that mentioned it just a little bit ago? But that's what I've seen a lot in the spiritual community is becoming very dogmatic. It was you, Danielle, because you used the word dogma. Yeah, becoming very dogmatic, which, you know, it's again, you know, that just stagnates the flow in my humble opinion. But it's to me, maybe other people need that that structure, and they just need that to have their experience, you know. But we are all here together because we are probably the kind that just kind of want to flow and want to be open to the energy and to evolve and allow everybody their own unique experience. So yeah, yes. Full body, full figure. Full figure as in, oh, you mean like full figure. Yes. Yes, they were very full figured. I've just been working for the last few days on my clay sculptures, and I just one, I love her, that I created, and she's, you know, very, very full figured. I love her. Yes, one addicted Dharma for another. Absolutely. You know, that just hit me actually a few weeks ago. I also, you know, I have a friend that I met during COVID in Chile, and he is, uh, you know, he's somebody that I know a lot of people that are very much into another side of spirituality that I find to be kind of toxic, which is, you know, thinking that you are special because you are a star seed and ascending, and all of a sudden you're putting yourself in a place where you're looking down on everybody else, and also in a very negative, you know, the world is going to end, type of mentality, which again reminds me of, the Bible. So yes, it's there's similarities that happen. Um, so so just what we have to do. I always say it. What we have to do is we have to stay focused on love ourselves. The direction is always going to be towards love, and whatever we're going through at any time, at any point of the day, whatever it is that's happening, if there's bad stuff going on, if there's challenging stuff, reach for the easiest at that particular time, whatever's going to make you be a little bit more in touch with Lalita, a little bit more being in your bliss, a little bit more with Hathor and celebrating life, a little bit more with Aine and reaching for your childhood joy. So like noticing a flower that's blooming when maybe things are really shitty all around you. And the more that you do that, the more that you focus on the positive in the midst of the chaos or the challenge, the hardship, the more that energy expands. It just does. The first time that someone told me that, I thought, yeah, right, of course, if you focus on happy, blah, blah, blah. I did not get it, but it's true. It's true. It's true. So, just practice it. It is a practice. It's a daily practice, but it really, really works to keep you. Not that it's going to make your life perfect or beautiful or, whatever. No, it does make it beautiful. It just doesn't make it perfect. It makes it beautifully imperfect as it is, because we are here on earth living this life, earthly experience in this meat suit. And so who knows what we'll do and what we'll get next time, but here we are. And that's sort of what works. It has been proven. The book, The Sibyls, the First Prophetess of Mamiwata. Ooh. Was matriarchal before the cults came. Religion tore down temples. Oh, yes. Yes. I have read so much about that. I wish that I had better memory so I could, a better recollection, so I could share with you everything that I have learned about that. But yeah, very sad how things were taken down. And I started learning about that when it was actually a while after I started painting the goddesses, and it was really incredible to learn and to think back to, sorry, Snoopy is all caught up in the wire, and to think about these sculptures that I was telling you about, that were made, in pre-Columbian times. And did you know that the cave in France that was found that had paintings on the wall? Who remembers those walls? What's the name? Lejeune, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember, in France. And they were supposed to be they're some of the oldest wall paintings, and they're beautiful. And scholars right away they attributed to, like, maybe they were hunting and they were trying to keep track of what they hunted and this and that. But now scholars agree that it was made by women, and they think There's two reasons why they think it was made. This is by scholars, okay, after years thinking that it was, people, they were keeping track of like their hunting or their vegetation. Now they know they were made by women, and they believe it was made by women in ritual. It was made by women during ritual, and they said if not, it was made as art, and art is ritual. I've chicken skin bumps. you know? Hey, Macabre, I've been around this spiritual mentality, great work ethic and knowledgeable, but very, very toxic and unbelievably, yes, very narcissistic. True. That would be, that would definitely be an unfortunate label to attach to it. Yes, hello, Macabre, welcome. That's why I think I've been more laid back with my work than I probably should have been, because that lording the knowledge over others is so toxic. It really is. We have lost true knowledge and the great capacity we were able to achieve before. Yes. Well, a lot of it, I feel like what happened to me on TikTok, where I was sharing knowledge, and I swear it was like, boom, everybody came down, da 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 da, saying I was, and they were like, block her, she's gaslighting. Then they called me white. I'm like, I'm not gaslighting, I'm Latina. And then I ended up leaving because it's not the energy that I want. But I was curious about one of the people that was attacking, two of the people that were attacking me the most, and they were very loud about it. And I did look at their account, and they're very young people. And so I do feel that, you know what, it feels like it's a little bit shallow. So they're, and I did suggest that they research, and they took that, they're like, oh, they want me to research, how dare she. I heard that on another, they were talking about me when they didn't know I was there, and that's what they were saying. And like, they took it bad that I said for them to research, and I was very, very careful. I was not being a jerk. You all know me. So I miss the mystery school days. I do love the openness of these times, but think people respected it more than, and genuine teachers were more appreciated. Well, yeah, you're just exactly, Danielle. I didn't read what you were saying, but you're basically writing what I'm saying. The petroglyphs. Yes, the new word. Were they the petroglyphs? Maybe. If you tell me the name of the caves, I will remember. I used to teach this. I tell you, Pasita, let me finish this live. Here, get the ball. The spiritual, what did I miss? The spiritual narcissist, dark empath, has been a big topic this year and probably will continue. I made that recorded class because it's so prevalent in the communities. That's interesting. I don't get into many communities. And I guess I'm glad, because I've heard some really horrible stories, so I've been part of a community in person for a few years that kind of fell away with COVID. There was some separation too because of that, because of that same separation that happened in the spiritual communities. With all this cray-cray, affected my community as well. But yeah, I have stayed away from from some of those online communities, so I've missed a lot of the things that I've heard from some friends that they've been through really painful, horrible things in there. Oh, Danielle, yes, that is very good. Anything that cannot be questioned is not spiritual, it's religion. I've been thinking about this. I've been saying this to Sergio so much. Um, you know, and you know, there's a huge thing about, for example, white sage and Palo Santo. Um, and everybody's saying that you can't use it and that it's closed and everything. Well, white sage is used in many communities very openly in Mexico, and Palo Santo in Bolivia, Peru, and Chile, it's not closed. And people get like this about it, and nobody wants to hear, nobody, and then they accuse you of being this or that, and it's just freaking madness. And it is like religion. Yeah. A lot of negative things experience with TikToks. I never carry a joint. Well, there's a lot of really good stuff, Melody. I really like TikTok. I heard a lot of really bad things too, but I would say I don't doubt any of the bad stuff. I've seen. Well, I would just part of this, a horrible, and all this drama is still going. But you know what? I unfollowed all these people, and I'm going to be careful to remove myself from any live that, I don't care if they talk about me or whatever. But you just have to be careful. But I do think it's worth having an account and visiting once in a while, and just, picking and choosing. You can really choose what you're going to look at, because you can push not interested, and the algorithm, it's scary accurate, which is why a lot of people don't want to be on there, because it is, yeah, because there's all that to it. But I do like it. I do enjoy it. Partly wanting to, something always stops me with the data mining and everything. Yeah, but I think, the data mining is everywhere. I was just like you guys. I opened up that TikTok. Whoa. Ah, I'm dropping everything. I opened it up, like, I think a year or two before I ever started using it. Because all the same reasons that you all don't want to be on it. But then when I got on it, I just really like it. And why? Why do I really like it? It is, I have found a lot more interesting things on TikTok that I have ever found, really anywhere else. Even, well, not YouTube, because YouTube is really my favorite, I think, if I had to choose, but it's worthwhile. I would say make an account. Don't put your name on it if you want. You don't have to upload anything. You can just be, watching things, and be very, very conscious of when you get something that you don't like, any kind of TikTok you don't like, you push not interested. And then, and yes, the algorithm will know you. But like I'm careful with what I choose to see. So I don't know. I would say give it a try, and if you have a business like Danielle, I would highly encourage you to do it, because I think it's just, it is an up and coming platform. I don't think that it's, I don't know. I just feel that I think you could try it, and if you don't, then you just close your account and you're done. Can get water? No idea. I'm not on Facebook much, you all. I'm only on Facebook to get into our private group. That's the only thing I'm on Facebook for. So, by the way, any message is always best to reach me by email. Tobacco? Are they saying tobacco's closed? Yeah, what is the Kangen water? Never heard of it. Water pH are selling it. You buy it for a few thousand and then apparently make legacy money and big bucks. Oh no, that sounds like a pyramid scheme. It sounds like a pyramid scheme because now everybody's very scared about water, right? We all know that you know, we need to be honoring water, taking care of water. Get a water barrel. Also, there's a lot of talk about, you know, the toxic crap in our water that we've already seen, you know, here in Maryland. Well, no, not just here in Maryland. Oh my gosh, like last week they sent out a thing here in our county that they were, not just in our county, just right down the street, right where I walk, Snoopy and Pasita, and the creek that I used to let them go into 2 years ago until I heard that it might not be a good idea. And so last week they sent a notice that they were finding dead fish and not to go near the creek. And so, yeah, so there's a lot of that. So I'd say, you know, get a filter for your water, but stay away from that. Sounds like a pyramid scheme. I like TikTok, and I can choose who I want to receive individual notifications from. Yes, yeah, no, Facebook is just not good. Facebook is a lot of drama. It's a lot more drama than TikTok. TikTok has also news. It also can work like a search engine. Did you know that? So I was really curious, you know, because I have Persephone coming out. I was really curious to see what there was on TikTok about Persephone. And so I put, you know, Persephone into the search thing. And it was really kind of interesting. I found one woman, I don't know if she's an actress or who she is. I'll see if I find it and I'll post it in the group, because she did like this really funny skit about Persephone and Hades. And yeah, so there's good stuff. Yeah, totally sounds like a pyramid scheme. Burn her phone and do it on there if I'm going to join. Oh, I wouldn't be that worried about it, Danielle. I swear. I mean, you're on Facebook. You're here on YouTube. You're on Instagram. They've already got you. They have us, you know. I swear. I have been sitting on the toilet, okay? Sitting on the toilet, like whatever. My 3 a.m. when I can't sleep, I turn on the phone, and I, you know, it wasn't even turned off all the way, but I, you know, like I do my little code and it turns on and I see like this flash and I'm like, they're watching me sitting here on the toilet at 3 a.m. They're seeing me. Why is there a flash? You know? So, I just think. The other day, my daughter was texting me saying she was sad that freaking Facebook gives me a pop-up alert about places and resources if you know someone's struggling emotionally. Yeah. It does, but so many people I appear successful are constantly talking it up. Oh. Yeah, well, that's typical of a pyramid scheme, Danielle. They talk it up. They talk it up, and that's how they work. Those pyramid schemes, that's what it is. You know, there's like the 6 little people that made it to the top, and they're talking it up, and then all the people, the majority of the people down here at the bottom, they just lost a bunch of money and time. Oh, tobacco, sage, and palo santo. I use them depending on what feels best for limpias. Yeah, I used to use tobacco. Now it makes me dizzy, which is good because I used to smoke once in a while, and now for sure I won't smoke. Wait, I want to read what Melody said again. The other day, my daughter's... Yes, right. That's because of the algorithm, what Melody was saying, right? I always tell people I have lots of clients. I would say be really careful, Danielle. Yeah, sounds like Amway. I have a good friend in Chile. I actually wanted her to be my assistant because she studied art and she studied performance art, and she helped me a couple times with making videos and stuff. Well, long story short, she got into a pyramid scheme with what is it, the like the healthy thing? Supposedly they have powders and vitamins, and I saw her get into that, and yeah, not good. Wave use distilled water. Oh, you have reverse osmosis. Well, that's the best. They're expensive. They're very expensive, and the other we live in a tiny house. I did look at those, but they take up a lot of room under your sink, right, Lulu? But I've done a lot of research, actually for years, before even this water thing started coming up, because I used to be a raw vegan, and I used to be very much into nutrition. That was my big hobby for a number of years, and so I investigated water quite a bit, and I know for a fact that is the best way to drink your water, to reverse osmosis. Hey, Snoopy, a bunch of coaches. Oh, wow. Yeah, pyramid scheme. Can I check out from computer? On TikTok? Hey, Snoopy, will you please stop? Sorry, he's barking at Pasita because she has the ball. Snoopy. They really are like kids. They really aren't like kids. Yeah, for sure you can do Facebook only on your... I only do Facebook on my laptop. Oh no, that's not true. I have it on my phone. But you can do it only on your laptop. I don't know about TikTok. They get attention as a life coach and then pull people in with this crap. Well, then they're not good life coaches. That is not... That is a number one red flag that person is not a good life coach. In my humble opinion. That is not... I feel about pyramid schemes the way that I feel about the lottery. You know, and a life coach should not be telling people to waste their money on buying a bunch of lottery tickets. You deleted Facebook. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to be in touch with my family in Chile, but that's the only reason that I keep my Facebook. And well, that's not the only reason. It's for that and for a private Facebook group that we have there. But I much rather... I mean, if I had to choose between the three, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, yeah, I would get rid of Facebook also. You drink only distilled? I drink filtered. With distilled, how do you do your distilled? No holding tank. Oh, please send me the info. You know, I'm trying to be healthy and like We have polluted air, water, food is contaminated. I know, Melody. I know what you mean. You know, we, here in here we live very close to the highway, so like all those fumes. And my son was like, "Mom, you're gonna eat those vegetables that you just grew up there? Everything's contaminated." I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, I do what I can. I do have a filter for my water, and now I have a filter for the shower as well. But I feel you, Melody. I feel like that too. I am quite, what's it called? Not, quite balanced. I'm quite balanced now. I used to be super healthy. And being stuck in Chile for a year and a half, I think that helped me get unhealthy. Well, not unhealthy, balanced. Balanced. I was too freakazoid about it, honestly. You can't be like that. You can't be too freakazoid. uh, yes, Danielle. Well, you just keep doing your thing. You're going to attract the people that you need to attract, and that need you. You will. You'll get there. But those people, they'll get their karma. I mean, that's so misleading. Yeah, no, Melody, will be balanced. We do what we can. Yeah, we do what we can. I mean, I used to buy pretty much everything that I could, like my food's organic and everything. We can't afford that anymore, you know? So tonight I ate non-organic stuff, and we just do now because everything is too expensive. And I wanted to grow all these, and we did plant vegetables and everything. It'll be better next year, but I don't know where they disappeared to. Remember I told you that our fig tree was full of figs? I think we ate 6 of them. I don't know what animal gets them, because the big fig, do the birds just fly away with like a big fig in my tomatoes? Because the deer can't get in there anymore. I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, this whole coach thing. I know. You have to just be really careful with all that. Just like everybody is reading cards. Oh, raccoons. Would the raccoons get up on the tree? I don't think that they would. The raccoons definitely squashed my plants, because one day that I got up, like all the plants, it was like something huge had landed there. So for sure, I think that was a raccoon that got tangled up and landed on there. Could be rabbits. Yeah, we have rabbits, raccoons. Today I saw a deer. I know, figs are awesome. Figs are sexy too. Figs have a lot of the energy of Ixchel, who Danielle was like, whoa, that's up close. Raccoons climb. Oh, our tree's not really strong yet. Those raccoons are chunky. They would be like, it would be like this because they're chunky. We should, we have a Ring camera to our front. We should do a Ring camera to the back, and then we'll find out. Then we'll be able to see. That was not a flower. It is a flower. It's a flower. Had you never noticed that, you all? Where's Ixchel? Ixchel has her flower. And did you know when I was doing my research about Persephone also, it came up, you know, that when Hades saw Persephone, one of the stories, one of the most popular stories, and we'll talk about this next week, but it was one of the most popular stories is that when Hades found Persephone, she was picking flowers in the field, right? And that's when Hades kidnapped her and took her off to marry her. And so what I read was that this is why when a woman loses her virginity, it is said that she has been deflowered. And you know what? Remember that on my deck, part of the painting has been taken off at the bottom because of the lettering. So yeah, on Excel, I hadn't noticed, but the flower, you can't really see it there. I wonder how that happened. But yeah, in the actual painting, you can see the whole flower. You never look there? Yes, things are unisexiness. Yes, it is. It is called a flower. Because you only have that deck. So maybe, right, you don't have the original deck to where, I forget, when I have those glasses on, I can't see anything far away. So I'm trying to see if I have her painting here, but I don't. So you could see. Yes, you have a reason for not noticing if all you've seen is this. So you have to go and look at the painting, look at the original painting, and you will see that she has her full-on yoni. And so she's fertility and healing. You know, the interesting thing is that like all of them, you know, when I painted them, I just painted what they asked for me to paint, and I did not realize what I was painting until I was done. And I was, you know, I was, okay, Excel, who are you in this deck? And I looked at her, and then I saw what she was holding, and I was like, oh, fertility and healing. And yeah, sexiness from Isla Mujeres, you know, that is the island. I want to go there, the island for her. Oh, all right, ladies. Anything else? Anything else? I wonder if Sergio came home.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you're there? Can you take them out?
Yeah.
That's why they stopped being so loud, I guess. She always comes through for you as Lady Rainbow, and now extra sexiness. Yes, you're going to have to look. You're going to have to look. Go look at the painting on the website. All right, ladies, I am burning up because I have a long sleeve shirt on, and I did not expect the attic to be so hot because it's kind of cool out. Well, not cool, but you know, it definitely cooled off. But it is hot. Hot here. I so much enjoyed our talk. I hope that you all did as well. And I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I will be jumping on TikTok over the weekend. We are having sort of like an open house here in the studio on Saturday. And the plan is to put up our tent outside, like the tent that we would take out when we would do art fairs, which we don't do anymore, but we still have the tent. So we're going to put the tent up, and we are going to hang my big abstract paintings there, including the my chakra painting that a lot of you have emailed me about that you want to see. Um, yes, you beautiful, hermosas, bellas, hermanas, my soul sisters, SSTs. We went from 101 to 106 to 84. Yeah, we went down. We weren't that high, but we were like 95, and now we're like 71. Today was like 71. So, but apparently the addict didn't get the news. Oh, I love you all. Besitos. And I hope you check in on TikTok. And if not, I do share a lot of stuff on Instagram too. And of course, our Facebook group. So share there. Tag me if you post stuff you want me to look at. And yeah, that's it. I love you all. Ciao. Besitos.